Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to another reaction of Doctor Who. Today we're going to be watching episode number 5 of series 15. We're getting closer and closer to the end, and I can't wait for this finale to happen because it seems to be so freaking big. I just want to watch it today. And it's going to be a hard week because I have a week off of work. Next week, it's Sunday at the moment, and the whole next week I don't have to work. So I would have more than enough time to watch all of the episodes that are left, but I won't do it. Maybe I'm gonna watch one more. I don't know yet, but I won't watch the finale. I don't want to rush through it at the moment because that wouldn't be the right thing to do. Last week's episode, just real quick, I really don't want to talk about that episode very much. Last week when I watched it, I told all of you that it hits very close to reality and that it seems to be everywhere at the moment. Yeah. And 2 days after I filmed the reaction, Charlie Kirk was shot. For all the YouTube viewers out there who are watching this in 5 to 6 weeks, this was the week. I watched that episode, and 2 days later, that incident happened. So, yeah. I don't want to go too deep into this, although I would have so much to say about it. Looking into the internet in those last days, I'm having a headache from it, to be honest. But I want this to be a happy place. I don't want this channel to be a depressing place where we have to think about real life problems. So I just wanted to address it real quick because I think it's important for me to address it, to at least real brief address the situation. But I do want to go on with Doctor Who. So let's just talk about some things that have happened in the episode and just let's shut off the reality completely at this point. Something that I thought about this last week over and over and over again is the guy that's sitting in this prison, hospital, whatever cell right now, and will probably be one of the fighters for our neighbor in order to take down the Doctor, and how I really don't want him to win. I don't want him to get out of there and have something good after all what he has done. I just don't want him to. And I really, really hope that in the end, there's gonna be a moment for him where he kind of wakes up and sees the Doctor for who he really is. A really kind person who just wants to do good for the whole world, for the whole universe. And it's unnecessary to keep on fighting against him. Up until this point, almost every single being that fought against the Doctor did it because their purpose was to get to more power. They would have achieved a certain goal if the Doctor died for themselves. With him, though, it's really different because if the Doctor died for him, it wouldn't change anything, like nothing. He wouldn't gain more power or he wouldn't become stronger. He wouldn't be a leader of anything. Like, there is not really a goal behind his motives other than what he built in his own head, which is like the downfall of the liars that he thinks are liars and him being praised by the people to stand up against them, which is kind of a power dynamic and is something like it is a goal for him that he could achieve. But if the Doctor died, we all know the monsters wouldn't go away. On the contrary, it would get worse. So that situation for him, that goal that he would achieve in that brief moment, would fade away in no time. So it's really unnecessary for him to fight the Doctor. I think the neighbor has higher goals. Whatever or whoever she is, she knows why she is fighting the Doctor. But he is just somebody who gets dragged into all of this because he chose to make up things in his mind and lets himself be captured by those more powerful beings out there who have the same goal as he does. He's just a tool, he's just an item for them, nothing more. But he doesn't see that yet. I mean, he's just met her. I don't even know how much he has talked to her. All we've seen was an exchange of like 10 words. So I don't know how much he has talked to her since. And I don't know what she will promise to him, what will happen. Like, she will have to give him something to look forward to in order for him to work for her. If he would just work for her just because, well, that would be stupid. So I'm really, really curious what she's gonna promise him. Maybe she's gonna, if she's some kind of god, she could promise him to elevate to being a higher being than a human being. I don't know. Maybe she's promising him a planet for his own, or I don't know. Also, something really interesting, if he doesn't believe in all the Doctor Who stuff, like everything that he has seen, like the monsters and everything that Unit talked about, and everything that surrounds the Doctor in any way, even the TARDIS, if he thinks all of that is not real, like, how is she going to get him to fight the Doctor if for him he's just a guy that's making up everything? Like, how is he willing to fight something that in his head isn't even existing? How will she do that? And how will he get to a point where he thinks, okay, that neighbor woman, she is an all-powerful being, a god or whatever she is, and not think she's a trick as well? Because in his head, if all of what the Doctor and Unit are doing is just tricks, like, how is the neighbor real in his eyes? So is he gonna believe her? She's a high being and she wants to destroy the Doctor, who in his eyes is just a magician? Like, how does that work? How will he be convinced to fight for her? Or is she going to pretend to fit into his world, telling him, yeah, we're going to fight Unit and the Doctor because all of them are liars, you are right. And she's not gonna talk about her own motives. And she's not gonna tell him that all of what the Doctor does and the monsters and everything is real. She's not going to do that. She's lowering herself down, getting into his world, and just trying to continue fighting for his own cause, because that would help her, other than getting him to fight her war on another level, because she's not fighting on the level he is. Those are different levels. So I wonder how that'll work. Other than that, I have nothing to say at the moment. I just want to get into the episode. I just want to get more pieces of everything. I want to see how all of this will end. Probably in a bad way, at least for me, because I love the Ncuti Doctor. And also, I do want an episode with him in it. Like, what the heck is going on? We only get 8 episodes a series, and he's not in almost a whole episode out of 8. Like, what the heck is going on? I want Ncuti. He should have another series, to be honest. He shouldn't have to go after this one, although I think he will. With everything that's going on, I don't think he'll survive that. But I really, really want him to have another series, because he wasn't in the last series for a few episodes, like 72 yards or 73 yards. For example, he wasn't in that episode at all, like 2 minutes maybe. And there were other episodes. Also the episode that we've seen last week, the well episode. He wasn't in that episode very much. So what's going on with that? I want an Ncuti Doctor episode. Something like Boom, for example. I mean, I know what I said about the Boom episode, but it was an episode in which we saw the Doctor from start to finish, which was a good thing. I want that. I want him. Please give me the Ncuti Doctor in this episode. All right, let's get into it.
I ran to the river with my little cup to get water.
Are those pictures real?
A blue box appeared in the skies over the fire until all the fires went out.
Aww. Oh.
We need him now! It needs feeding!
I'm sure he's gonna be there. Like, what the heck is going on with these? Wow, this looks so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, have you seen that? Like, did just we see those pictures? Those illustrations of the story he was telling, or was that something they saw as well? That looked so freaking cool. Okay, I'm really into the story already, although I haven't seen anything yet.
You need to get me home.
Hello, you two beauties.
Wait.
Is he not wearing socks in those shoes?
I don't go there for cuts. It's hard to explain.
It's personal.
In that barbershop, I'm accepted.
Yeah.
We laugh, we tell stories. They
Treat you like one of their own.
Yeah.
That's so nice to hear. And also so sad at the same time.
You say you're not human, but that's the most human thing ever.
Yeah, it is. It is. So true. You want to belong. No. How wholesome. He knows so many people from there. Oh, all of a sudden all the people are gone. Turn back. Of course he doesn't. He's a doctor. Missing? Wait, that's the guy we just saw at the beginning of the episode. So he went missing? Wow, look at that. On the one side, full of life. And the other, everything is just empty. Oh, that's the barbershop. So what happened? We saw the lights go crazy.
Omens, Doctor. Hey.
Oh, wait, so it still exists. Okay, it's still inside.
You're on the missing posters. All of you.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused right now.
It's not me. New management.
That's why the TARDIS was acting out, because the Doctor's now missing too, is he?
Why are they on all the missing posters?
They cannot leave.
Why? What is going on? What's up with these lights and the sirens and all?
We're running out of stories.
It just regrew. So they are doing the same thing over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day in barbershop.
When he heard a shaman singing,
Oh my god.
Yo-Yo Ma said,
The Doctor has unlimited stories to tell.
then said, carry on.
He won't have problems with that.
Yo-Yo Ma said, no, sing the first one.
So they are seeing the animations.
The drawings in the window are a visual interpretation of his story.
Yeah, they are.
It is always
So-
hungry.
Who is he? Like, really, this barbershop guy? Oh, I'd love to hear some of those stories. Although we've seen many of them already. See, the TARDIS is noticing something.
Are we under attack? TARDIS! Hello?
TARDIS, hello? How do you work?
He brought out his own clippers, and as soon as they touched me,
Magic clippers.
Someone waiting for me too, Doctor.
So how long has it been for all of them? Did they say? Did I miss that? Okay,
it will be easier for you. A big story.
we have plenty of those. Just tell one of them.
Need bloods, X-ray for her chest, and IV fluids.
This looks like a video.
It's my nan's birthday.
Oh wow.
Hi, Belinda. Just picking up.
Of course.
You saved my life. Thank you.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, what is happening? Oh, wow, that hair looks awful.
Look how much his hair has grown.
It looks wrong on him. Can we have his normal haircut, please? It's too long. Doesn't fit his face. What the frick is going on? What did he just do? Oh my gosh, they are not even on the planet anymore. They're in space? Okay. a giant spider on a spider web in space. And on its back it has this barbershop. Okay. What? But see, it's still there. What the frick is going on? This is so weird.
You are confused, aren't you, Doctor?
Well, who wouldn't be? Oh.
Dump around giving people awful haircuts. Don't be scared.
The smile.
You want to know who I am?
Yeah.
Saga, the Norse goddess.
Uh-huh.
I have been them all.
I've never heard of you before.
You sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Well, we've fought gods before.
He's lying to you.
Oh.
You are not them. Tell the truth.
Yeah, who are you then?
I was once human.
Uh-huh.
Was connecting concepts. So they threw me out of my life's work.
What a freaking story. This is so weird.
You are not worthy.
You're not worthy.
I was a fugitive back then.
You actually took that bet?
I tried to lose.
Oh, there she is again, the fugitive doctor.
Make him storyteller supreme.
What a title.
He would not lie to me.
Well, I guess you should reconsider.
Destroy.
As in kill. Die.
As in kill.
The difference between good and evil is what we do with our pain.
What a nice sentence. The difference between good and evil is what we do with our pain. That alarm is annoying. Can we please shut it off? It's distracting me. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
Slaves were not allowed to carry paper. They were always stopped and searched. Plantation to plantation.
The slave masters never checked their hair, so they shed roots like this.
He looks good with braids, so... But usually they don't work so fast. It takes hours and hours to do them.
Giving them out to freedom.
Oh, it's a labyrinth. Oh, okay, I see. It's so weird that...
You did this.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about this after the episode.
The story ended.
Wow, looks like a super big brain. Okay. I like the color.
Hemi, baby, write me the shortest story you can.
Hemi, baby.
Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
I'm born. I die.
I regenerate.
Look. On.
Do what we're doing.
Oh, callback.
No matter how right you feel, you have no idea who's going to die.
Telling their stories, bickering. I will not fail them.
I always love this. This never gets old. Seeing all the doctors.
Your engine could overload and explode.
You will not do that.
Oh, he will.
No. Not you.
He will do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Do you?
Doctor's not bluffing. We did it! Okay. What does this mean then? Oh, okay, he's made it out. Yeah, by then, okay, we don't need a giant spider in our town, city, wherever we are. Oh. Now I kind of feel sorry for it. Didn't deserve that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Ah, that's so cute. I feel sorry for him too. If you think about it, he's dedicated his whole life up until this point for so many other
Settle and continue.
beings, and
For me,
all of them just...
I don't even have a name for people to trust.
So what will you do now?
Anything I want.
I like that all of them are just forgiving him. When people come back from that side, we should build bridges and just be happy that they came back, not punishing them for what they did before they came back.
Once upon a time.
Are those braids real or is that a wig? I'd really like to know. Okay, I'd say we go with this picture while we're doing the review for no reasons whatsoever. So it's really hard for me to judge that story because of the fact that this story was so different than what we usually see on Doctor Who. And a big part of it was a culture that I don't know the first thing about. So I really think it's hard for me to judge the episode for what it was. It felt really, really different due to the cultural background of this story, and it made it feel interesting, but also far away at the same time, if you know what I mean. Not in a bad way, but just because there were stories told in this episode and stuff that we've seen that I don't know anything about, unfortunately. That's just not something that I have learned in school or wherever. I've never heard of all the names of those gods that the one man talked about, for example, or all the stuff that we've seen in the background, or those figurines and stuff. Like, I don't know anything about it, so it's really hard for me to judge. What I do want to say, though, I did want to say during the episode, but there was just no time to talk about this, is that this story is really special due to the fact that it could have only been done with this doctor now, because now we do have a black doctor. It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been possible with any of the other doctors before, ever. So this is really unique if you think about it. This TV show exists since the 60s. So many freaking years, and just now did we have the background in order to tell this story. Every other doctor would have been just misplaced in this episode. It wouldn't have worked. So this is something very, very special about this episode, just as special as the topic itself. And when they talked about slavery, when they talked about the braids and the way, I don't even know if that story is true. I can't even confirm if that braiding story she told is a true story, or if that is just something that worked for this storyline within this episode. I don't know much about it at all, which is very, very unfortunate. All I do know is the feelings that I had while watching the episode, which was excitement, but at the same time it also felt strange to watch the episode because it felt different, and not in a bad way. Again, I'm not saying that, just unfamiliar. I guess that's the word that describes what I do want to say. It felt unfamiliar. Also, what felt really weird to me was the mix up between this history of the black community and like I said, I don't know much about it, but it felt as if it's centuries of history that could be felt in the episode. Very ancient, very much time that has passed over centuries, in which Black people went through good and bad times and everything that formed. And to have all of this ancient history and mix it up with sci-fi, with that spider nexus thing in space. I mean, the gods felt like a bridge between both of those two things, because on the one hand, gods are ancient history as well. Like, people believed in God way, way, way back, but also they do exist in science fiction. We've seen many gods within those last few episodes of Doctor Who, so we're familiar with this topic as well within the TV show. So they were kind of the bridge between those two worlds, but I feel as if the gap was still there, at least for me, which made it feel weird. Ancient and sci-fi combined into one. It just feels weird. And it just, I don't know, doesn't feel right to combine those things. I don't know. Weird. Let's not say wrong, let's say weird. I did like the episode up until the point where we saw the spider. It felt like a self-contained episode, like this, okay, we're in this barbershop and there are those 5 people. I don't know how many there were. They were more than just 5, but those like usual 5 people who are in the Doctor Who episode. You have a contained space and then put those people inside, and then there's a problem and the Doctor has to solve it. Felt like one of those episodes, and it felt really, really good. I did like it. I would have loved for them to use more of those stories. I would have loved for them to hear more different stories from all of them, but especially from the Doctor. We only got one, and it wasn't even about him. So I would have loved for him if he'd sat down and just talked about another Doctor, like maybe the very first one. Tell us stories that we don't know about him yet. Like, we could have done something like that. We could have we introduced this window or screen or whatever that was to illustrate the stories that were told. We introduced that, and in the beginning I found that to be very, very cool, but then we just got rid of it. We didn't really use it anymore, which is very unlucky. We could have done so much with it, and I think I would have liked the episode more if we went that way a little more, to tell more stories and less about this god supernatural in space universe kind of deal, because that got way too big at the end. It didn't have to be that big for the story to work, at least in my eyes. I mean, I know what they tried to do. They tried to combine the history of the Black community, taking those, I guess, gods that the Black community believes in. Like I said, I don't know much about it, and I'm sorry, but I feel as if the gods that this one guy was like working for, he said he worked for so many of them, do have their roots in the Black community. And to take something like that and mix it up with the sci-fi, I don't know if that worked for me. It feels weird. It just feels weird. I wish we could have just stayed in the barbershop and made it something like maybe similar to Midnight, something. I don't want to start the whole Midnight thing again, but something theatrical instead of something outer-worldly, if you know what I mean. It's very hard for me to describe what I just feel just now, but I hope my point came across in some way. So with all that said, the episode didn't work for me. The moment we saw that spider space thing and we started telling stories about gods and all, it was in that moment that the episode started feeling weird and I didn't really connect to it anymore. It was too strange. Too strange. So yeah, I'd say let's get to the IMDb rating, shall we? The episode is called The Story in the Engine, and like I said, for me it's a rather not so good episode due to the fact that we shouldn't have mixed up both of those things. We should have stayed on one side or the other. The mixture didn't feel good, and I didn't like it. So my rating for the episode would be a 7.3, maybe. Yeah, I guess. Let's see what the IMDb rating says. Yeah. So I'm not the only one. Felt bad. Like, I don't know. The overall storyline was so weird. I did like the arc of that guy in terms of, yeah, he sacrificed his whole life for all those gods and he did so much work. And he did, like, his work was so good that the gods in the end didn't need him anymore and they just abandoned him. And then he had to learn the hard way that working for all those evil beings may not be the right way to do. I really liked his story arc, but the feeling I had, maybe that's the best way to describe it, is similar to the feeling that I had with the Sutek finale. The moment we went from this really cool storyline to the CGI Sutek and overdid all of those special effects sci-fi thingies, that was the moment the episode lost me. And that was exactly the same feeling I had when I watched this episode, only that it felt even worse due to the fact that the other part of the storyline was ancient history and then compared to sci-fi. It felt even more apart than the Sutek thing, because the Sutek thing played in our time and we were in the unit building. It already felt nowadaysy. That's not a word, I'm sorry, but it felt more nowadays. And then we combined it with sci-fi and still it fell apart because it didn't connect in my eyes. But to take ancient history and put it together with this sci-fi stuff, and I don't know, and then the god storyline, it felt like we tried to mix up several things that didn't work well together. And that is the result. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Although I did like the look into, like a brief look into the Black community's history that I don't know nothing of. I did like that. I did like the costumes. I did like the market, for example, that we've seen, like all of that. I don't know how authentic it is. I can't tell, but I liked to see that. But the story overall, it just didn't feel right with me. Like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is a shorter review this week, but I guess it's okay since the next reviews are going to be longer due to the fact that it's gonna be next week almost finale episode, and then if it's a two-parter, we're gonna get to the finale already. We're so close and I can't wait for it. Also, no, last 2 minutes of the episode that ruined our mood with the neighbor. We have seen her in the middle of the episode just for a brief second there, but she didn't plot anything evil this time. But I guess that's just a brief break before we get into the real evil that is behind her really nice face. So yeah, I guess we're gonna get into that in one of the next episodes. I hope you will have a really cool rest of the day. Do something that you love with people you love, and I will see each and every single one of you next week with the next episode. Have a nice day. Bye.